Off to Omaha, Nebraska. The LSU Tigers, the new kings of college baseball, about to leave that city and head back to Baton Rouge.
That's right, the boys of summer, kings of summer. That's where we find Kendall Duncan, who is live with the commander of them all, Coach Jay Johnson.
Yeah, that's right, guys. Coach, leaving today, leaving Omaha national champions. Just kind of sum up to me what this last 24 hours has been like for you.
Special. I mean, I'm so proud of the team. I think they're a worthy champion, and couldn't be more thankful for their efforts. And the society we live in is, you don't get remembered the same way unless you win the last game. That wouldn't have been the case for me personally, but now they're forever. And I'm really happy for them because they deserve that.
And obviously, you mentioned it, this is what we all see, the national championship trophy, but talk about the culmination of a year of work, years of work even, for some of these players that has gone into creating this moment.
No doubt. I mean, I think about Chase Shores, I think about Derek Curiel. Those guys committed here before we ever coached or won a game at LSU. And, you know, the belief and trust that they had in me and our coaching staff and our program, you know, to come here and execute it. The guys that have been here for 3 years, if you think about, you know, Jared Jones and Ethan Fry, you know, Gavin Guidry, DJ Primo, Jaden Newt, Chase Shores, not trying to leave anybody out. I know there's 8 of them. 2 national championships. Josh Pearson, of course. They'll go down as one of the most successful groups ever to play here. And think about what I just said in regards to our program. They'll go down as some of the best winners to ever play at LSU baseball.
For you personally, 2 national championships in 3 years. I mean, what has this moment been like for you? I know how long you've been in coaching, but to reach the top of the mountain twice in 3 years is kind of crazy. How have you been processing that?
I haven't processed it at all or even thought about it for 1 second. I'm just very thankful. I mean, I really am. You know, these group of players, that's what this is about. And, you know, to get to share my life with them and they give me theirs back. And that's the best way I can describe what this is. And it's really authentic. And whether we won 2 games in the finals or not, it didn't change anything for me, but it changed everything for them. And I'm grateful. And you think about all the great things that come along with it, the celebration on Wednesday, ring ceremony in the fall. I actually looked at the football schedule last night to see when we'll all be doing it. Several of them are going to go to pro baseball, and that's what it takes to get here and win. So we'll let them all get wrapped up with what they need to do for that and have a great ceremony in November.
You mentioned it, all of the things that come with this job is also the fan base. When you look around in Omaha and all you see is purple and gold, what does it say that fans plan their vacation around this? They make the trip and they make it about coming to see you and your team.
I'll tell you what, so we win and it was like in an instant, you know, with a double play to end the game. And then my coaching staff's hugging me and basically like choking me, and then I'm looking out there, I want to see the players, and then I turned around and looked around, and we got our winning song playing on the speakers, and just the smiles, and they're singing along with it. I was like, and life doesn't get any better than that. So I'm very thankful for the fans getting out here, and it's a massive advantage. You know, I'm standing on the foul line every game here, and the national anthem, and it's the home of the brave. No, it's the home of the Tigers. Like, I just start shaking my head, and very thankful for the fans.
So we know that you take your team out for a steak dinner when they advance. Are y'all going to have a real nice steak dinner now that you're national champions?
I'm great with that. Yeah, I'm sure they're up for it. It sounds like we should do that. You know, so we will do that actually.
I guess lastly, how excited are you to get back to Baton Rouge, kind of see the fanfare there, and as you mentioned, the celebration on Wednesday? How exciting is that going to be?
Well, it's mixed emotions, and it's going to sound super weird. Like, there's still a part of me that wishes we had practice tomorrow, just because I love these guys. But that's a special night. You know, I remember, and I feel very the same as I did then, at meeting exhausted. But just being out there and seeing the fans and how much they care about these guys and this program, I can't wait for Wednesday night.
I guess lastly, how has your last 12 hours look like? Was the celebration crazy? I know on Wednesday after the walk-off, you said you could barely even get to the elevator. It took an hour and a half. What was the scene like last night?
It's everything you dream about. We had a great meeting as a team, just kind of to wrap it up, and I'm very proud of that. And then walking in the lobby, it's like, felt like a movie, you know what I mean? And these guys deserve a movie to be made about them. And then it was pretty quiet on my end. I got to spend time with people that are really important to me, and it was awesome. You know, maybe a little more subdued than the last time we were here, and it was perfect.
Yeah. All right, congratulations again, Coach. I appreciate your time, and safe travels back to Baton Rouge.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Congratulations. All right, guys. That's kind of what the scene looks like here. Team loading the bus right now here in Omaha. And they'll head on the plane, get back to Baton Rouge around 3 o'clock. I know the scene around Alec Box is probably going to be pretty insane. And then, of course, the celebration on Wednesday. We saw it 2 years ago. They filled out the stadium, fireworks, fans, all of the fun fair, just to celebrate these guys, of course. 2 national championships in 3 years, 8th national championship in program history. 5-0 here in Omaha, first team to do that in undefeated fashion since 2013. Guys, I'll send it back to y'all.
And Kendall, we know that a lot of fans are still in Omaha because some of them weren't sure if we would have that Monday game. Fortunately, we're not. But do you see many fans who are out there with the send-off for those Tigers right now, Kendall?
There's absolutely a few fans. I'll tell you, I think a lot of them are parents, too, that have kind of gathered around this area right now. I will say I think people are a little tired, probably celebrated last night. There is just a little bit of fanfare, nothing crazy. Like I mentioned, I think it really is mostly family and people here to send off everyone. But yes, you did mention it. We actually had to check out our hotel a day early because we also planned to stay here until Tuesday. But thankfully, you're right, Tigers got it done in 2.
And Kendall, let me ask you this as you wait for some players possibly right there. The coverage yesterday was excellent, and Jay Johnson told you something. If you can kind of just paraphrase this and sum this up, Skip Bertman was there, the legendary coach, former athletic director who really built LSU baseball from nothing in the 80s and 90s. How special was it for Jay Johnson knowing that Skip Bertman flew up to watch the Tigers win another national title?
It was very special for him, and I will paraphrase. I think he said something along the lines of when he came in the locker room, he knew Skip was coming, but when he came in the locker room, he said, there is no way we are losing this game today. He talked about how much of an advantage having Skip a part of this program is for him, and that he took this job because partly he could use his knowledge from him. So this has been a very big part of kind of his storyline here at LSU. And having him here, of course, his legacy, Skip Bertman's, has been cemented here in Omaha, and of course, cemented LSU's legacy within the college baseball realm. So it was really special having him here. The players always appreciate it. Jay really appreciates it, tells us every single time he comes to a game, whether it be regular season or postseason, that this means a lot to have him here.
And Kendall, do we know if most of the team is on the bus right now, or are we still waiting for some of those members to kind of trickle on at this point?
I think truly of most of them are on the bus. I will say I had my back turned to the bus when I was talking to head coach Jay Johnson, so I wasn't keeping a good eye out, if I'm being honest. Not a very good scout out here. But I do know that they are also probably tired trying to get back to Baton Rouge. I know that the team said they were loading the buses around 10:30, so I think most of them might be on the bus. I'm still trying to keep an eye out to see if anyone else is trickling out here, but looks like everyone's kind of moving in that direction as we speak right now.
Yeah, Kendall, we're going to get to the schedule in a second. Before we go, one final question. A lot of these guys have a big night in about 2.5 weeks, the Major League Baseball draft. I mean, this is crazy to think about this. 2 years ago, Paul Skeens went #1 overall, followed by Dylan Cruz. There's a chance Kate Anderson from Madisonville could be the #1 overall pick again this year following a national championship.
I mean, absolutely, Travers. I think his draft stock only grew just because of what he did here in Omaha. We know how consistent he's been all season, the strikeout leader in the entire country. But to do it on this stage and to pitch a complete game shutout in the finals is really absurd. It's crazy. So he just kind of showed his stuff, showed people this is what I could bring to an MLB team. I know Jay Johnson was lobbying for him to go #1 overall, of course. And you mentioned Paul Skeens. He talked about Paul Skeens after that game that Kate Anderson threw in Game 1 against Coastal Carolina. Said, we had the best pitcher on the planet on this team 2 years ago, and he looked at Caden, and that's who he reminds him of in terms of what he can deliver to an MLB type team. And of course, just the stuff he brings, his character and everything like that. So I really could see Kate Anderson, of course, going 1 or really high up in the draft, if that. The St. Paul's product talked about being from the North Shore, being from Louisiana, and how special this moment was for him because he was a Louisiana guy. Grew up watching guys like Kramer Robertson and the LSU Tigers and idolized them. So this moment was a full circle moment for him. You could definitely tell it meant a lot to bring national championship back to LSU, but of course, as a North Shore guy, back to the local area.
Yeah, I know that Jay Johnson, Kendall, made a pretty big prediction to you yesterday on live TV. He said he thinks they got 3 guys on their pitching staff, Anderson, Ianson, and Shores, that will be in the major leagues in the next 2 or 3 years. If that just tells you the talent level they have on this team.
And these are guys that want to be there. You know, Ianson transferring to LSU, definitely showing what he had on the mound yesterday, doing a great job himself. But as you mentioned, Anderson get that World Championship Player of the College World Series.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a great honor for him.
Yeah, so look, here is the slate. If you're following us right now, you can head to Baton Rouge and still make it. We're going to pop it up for you full. LSU is boarding the buses. They take off at 12. At 3 o'clock today, they get back to Alex Box Stadium. You can go, you can celebrate it. The fans are going to be there, the players are going to be there. And then on Wednesday, Randy, on June 25th at 7 p.m., they have that big celebration in Alex Box Stadium. It's at 7 o'clock. We're going to carry the whole thing live for you. I got to tell you, I was there 2 years ago. It was electric in Tiger Stadium.
Well, I've got a lot of friends and family who were in Tiger Stadium, calling it an experience of a lifetime, getting to share it with their young kids and, you know, something that they'll be able to talk about for years to come. But as you mentioned for today, too, that plane is going to land at 2:15 this afternoon in Baton Rouge. The bus is going to get to Alex Box Stadium right around 3 o'clock this afternoon. And they are going to have that 7 o'clock, just big celebration, you know, kind of how we gave them that great send-off to Omaha. They kind of want to recreate that for those players this evening who've worked so hard. They've been so diligent there in Baton Rouge, and we're so proud of them bringing home that natty to Louisiana.
Yeah, so 3 o'clock today, LSU fans, you can make it if you're leaving Metro New Orleans. 7 o'clock on Wednesday. Kendall, let's go back to you because you have done great work in Omaha.
All right, thanks, Travers. You can see the doors of the bus just closed. It's heading for LSU, the powerhouse. They say that it's the powerhouse of college baseball because they've won eight national champions. But that door just closed. Jay Johnson just got on that bus, really the last member of this team to get on the bus. Of course, Skipper comes last. So the buses look like they're about to pull out as, of course, the rain starts coming down right when LSU is leaving. So look, there goes the bus and fans clapping and Omaha literally crying as the LSU Tigers leave as the rain comes down in perfect fashion. The Tigers leaving with a national championship. A few fans, and now it's really starting to rain, so maybe we'll go take a little bit of cover. But yes, the buses, they're out. The Tigers headed back to Baton Rouge. Just what everyone likes to see with a national championship. And you mentioned it, the fanfare will be great. Guys, I'll send it back to y'all.
All right, Kendall. I know it was really nice weather for them for the most part, pretty hot, but, you know, nice to see that rainfall, just telling them goodbye.
Yeah, look, Kendall, they're leaving town, you're leaving town, and the rain comes. That's perfectly fine. You had great weather for about 2 weeks. Once again, the Tigers get back to Alex Box Stadium at 3 o'clock today. It's open to the public.
Yep.
You can go welcome them, and then 7 o'clock on Wednesday night. Oh, also, we are going to carry the 3 o'clock live today when they get back.
See them.
And then Wednesday at 7 o'clock, we'll have extended coverage. You can start watching during our 6 p.m. broadcast. We're going to carry everything live from Alex Box Stadium at 7 p.m. on Wednesday night. It should be an absolutely epic night in in Alex Box Stadium, not Tiger Stadium.
All right, we'll see you back here at noon for everything LSU and everything, of course, celebrating the World Series championship. We'll also, again, as Travers mentioned, have that cut in at 3 o'clock.